What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about and review both of the Accountant movies. So I'm going to review the Accountant franchise. So my dad, shout out to my dad, asked me today if I wanted to go see Accountant 2. And I realized I haven't seen The Accountant 1 before, so I decided to watch The Accountant 1 before I go see The Accountant 2. And this movie franchise has two of my favorite actors of all time leading it, Ben Affleck and John Bernthal. And Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. Um, he's my favorite Batman so far. And if you've seen my Daredevil Born Again review, you know how much I love John Bernthal. Right? So yeah. And I've always heard of this movie. Like I've heard and I'm gonna say something here as as a person with autism, that this movie is the best representation of autism that I have seen in a movie, a TV show, a video game. It's the best representation of autism. It's the most real, it's the most accurate to real life. As a person with autism myself, I realized that in the first one. It's doubly true in the second one, right? Like, just the way that he acts, like the way that Ben Affleck acts here, and I don't think Ben Affleck has autism. So shout out to Ben Affleck for doing his research, and the producers of this movie for doing the research, right? Because especially in the sequel, like they have a bunch of kids with I presume to have autism or some form of autism. You guys have heard me talk about Love on the Spectrum before, right? So there's a bunch of different levels of autism, right? And this movie, it does it really, 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 really well. Like that's a strong part for me of a movie because again, I have autism. I look for that sort of stuff. If you, my rule is if you portray if you are portraying a disability in a TV show, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's deaf. Doesn't matter if it's blind. Doesn't matter if it's autistic. Doesn't matter if it's CP. If you, I just listed all three of my disabilities, but any disability, if you portray it in media, video game, TV show, comic book, or in any sort of media, portray it in the right way. And this movie does, or these movies do that really, really well. So I just wanted to spend some time on that. But now let's get to the movie because I give people their props when they do stuff right, especially when it comes to portraying disabilities in the right way, in my opinion. Um, so the strongest part of The Accountant 1, in my opinion, is the chemistry between John Bernthal and Ben Affleck, right? This movie, for those of y'all that don't know what this movie is, so as I said, the lead character, Chris, played by Ben Affleck, terrifically, as I've just spent 5 minutes explaining how terrifically he portrays somebody with autism, right? Chris has autism, but his dad was a military guy, right? His dad was a military guy, and he like made, so if you've never been around an autistic person before, you know they have, like, if you don't know, some of us have sensitivity, like it could be noises, or it could be, like, for me, if you tell, like, always keep your word, but if you tell me you're gonna do something, right, or even it's a routine, right, I'm giving you guys examples of how this movie portrays it, and this movie portrays it really well. for me, my three things I obsess a lot, uh, and I need consistency. Now, consistency is, like, in terms of this movie, I'll give an example in this movie. So in this movie, in The Accountant 1, Chris, has to, like, he's asked to do, to find the money trail, because he's an accountant, right? So, and, basically, I'm gonna spoil The Accountant 1. Basically, what happens is, through that money trail, John Bernthald's character is going around and, killing the people in John Lithgow's characters. John Lithgow plays the villain in the first one. Lithgow's character's, organization, right? So as Christian finds them unknowingly to Chris, as Chris finds them, John Bernthal is killing them, right? And John Bernthal goes and kills John Lithgow's character's best friend, and he fires Chris, and Chris basically has outburst, like, and if you don't know what outburst is, that's like, in, like, if something, like, if you tell me you're gonna do something, and you don't show up when you say you're gonna do something, I get upset, right? Like, I've learned how to control it now, but I've related, like, that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie, because that's real, right? Like, it like, for me, it's like, it's consistency. So it could be like a routine, or if somebody tells me they're gonna do something once or twice or once a month, right? I need that, because I look forward to it, and I have a schedule, right? Like, I like, autistic people work on schedules, and you see that in this movie too, right? Where they work on schedules. So anyway, Chris has like a mini outburst, and Anna Kendrick's character, in the first one, helps him, like, calm down, and sometimes I need that still, and I'm almost 23 years old, right? So, yeah, I just wanted to shout out this movie again. But the best part of this movie is these movies is John Bernthal and Ben Affleck's chemistry. You get to see it a little bit at the end of the first movie, but you really get to see it in the whole second movie. And the second movie, like, this, okay, I wasn't expecting to say this, but this may be my favorite character I've seen John Bernthal play. Yes, it might even beat Punisher for me. And you guys know how much I love John Bernthal's Punisher, right? But what I like about this is it tells the story of the pardon me. The Accountant 2 tells the story of brothers reconnecting, right? I personally think that The Accountant 2 was better than the first one, but you need to watch the first one to understand the second one, obviously. Or it explains it pretty well. You just need to watch the first one. If you want to understand the full picture of it, you need to watch the first one. You need to watch the first one to understand the full picture of the second one, right? And for me, like, the second one is better than the first one because, like, there's more action in it, and there's more, like, of that chemistry between John and Ben that I talked about. And both of these movies portray, like I've already said, like, this may be the best franchise that I've seen portray a disability, right? Like, and that's any disability. That's just not autism, right? That's any disability, right? Because it portrays it as close to real life as they can get it in the movie, in my opinion. So, and I say that as a person with autism. And that's just my opinion, but that's one of this movie's strengths for me. The action, especially in the first one and the second one, the action is really solid, in my opinion, as well. And I would strongly recommend watching this franchise, and I hope we get more of it. If it's movies, if it's series, I will watch it. If it's video games, yes, they should make a video game of The Accountant. I would love that, right? And hopefully with its new home at Amazon, Amazon knows what they got, and they do either a series or a bunch more movies, or like a series and spin-offs and stuff like that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this review. I would give this franchise a 9 out of 10, right, so far. And I hope we get more of it. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. And God bless you guys.